we do in life echoes in eternity.
Yeah.
Hello, this is James, and this is James Laid Out, and my guest today is Carlos. Okay, so Carlos, you're an MMA fighter, correct?
Yes.
So you just competed last weekend, right?
That's right.
So how long you been a fighter for?
I've been training for like 15 years. I hadn't fought in 10 years, so it was a very long layoff. But overall training at 15.
15 years, and is that the motivation you had to start your academy?
No, honestly, my motivation was just to make money. Like, I've always taught at gyms, and people were super successful. Why am I helping them live their dream when I can do it from? So.
And then how has it transitioned from the start and your beginning vision to now what it is today?
Well, it's crazy because I always tell this story because I never wanted fighters ever. Like, because fighters don't pay. They don't.
Yeah.
So I never wanted fighters. I never wanted competitors. I didn't want any of that. I just wanted like a cardio gym. I wanted kickboxing classes because I love to train, so I wanted to train as well. So honestly, when we just started, it was like me, my brother, my nieces, my nephews. Like it was a small group of, and then little by little, like fighters started popping in, and my brother and I, we've been training forever. So like we would spar with them, we would train with them, and they would like the style that we had. And then before we knew it, we just had a huge fight team, and it was now we're the biggest fight. So,
how many fighters do you have?
Man, honestly, I don't know. I don't. We have there's professionals, amateurs, like smokers. That's when you fight with like a headgear and all that. It's like non-official fight, but it's like a legal way. But yeah, we have a bunch of fights.
Okay. What and at your academy, what do you offer for your clients?
We have boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA. We have wrestling. We have jiu-jitsu, cardio kickboxing. People that they want to get a workout, but they don't want to get CrossFit. Cross training, and then open gym for anyone who wants to go away.
And do you see people transitioning to something like they start off like doing CrossFit, or like where do you see like most of your clients going?
Oh yeah, everybody. I kind of make my fighters do some type of strength and conditioning because they're required to have power, to have speed, to have endurance. But yeah, some people started just doing kickboxing, and then they went to jiu-jitsu and they liked it, and then
I know, I don't know, is it just you or is it all you guys that train like crazy? Like, because like you've told me your workout routine, and I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah, no, mine's not bad. We have people that outwork me. Like, yeah, I'm not like the best conditioned one. I'm far from it. No, we have people who work way harder than me. So
what is a typical fighter's workout routine?
It just depends. Some actually don't do a lot of strength and conditioning, like they won't do weights, but they'll do jiu-jitsu, they'll do wrestling, they'll do our striking classes, they spar, they still do their strength and conditioning. And some people have full-time jobs, so like they find the time.
So how many hours does that person have? Like, what's the ranges? Minimum?
So in the night, like for example, like when I go do jiu-jitsu is like an hour and a half, 2 hours long in the mornings, and then I go do my strength and conditioning. I go, whether it be Tabatas on the air bike, weights and everything, and then I go back in the night, and then I train another 2-3 hours.
So a 5-hour workout day is, and you're not the hardest working.
No. I'm
so a 5-hour working day, how many days a week?
7. We train 7 days a week.
Okay, so that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, we don't. Sundays are actually probably our hardest days because that's when we spar, and we spar Wednesday and Sundays, but Sundays we go pretty hard.
Oh my gosh, you guys make me look bad. So I can't do that. But I've noticed like you have such a loyal base of clients, like you have the same people, right? Like forever.
Yeah.
And then, so like how like your fighters, they're what are some of the titles or that they've done or fights or like?
We have someone in the UFC.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Conejo. She's in the UFC. Andrea Amaro. She's fighting in May. We're going to Houston for her fight. So she's one of the people in El Paso who fights at the highest level aside from the UFC. So yeah, she's up there. She's like one fight with me.
Oh, she's.
Yeah, we have Victor. He's still an amateur, but he's 5-1. He's 4 finishes. Super good. Jeremy, AJ, man, the list goes on. Jacobo. I can name everybody, but they all are amazing athletes.
That's good to hear. So you had your fight this weekend. How did it go?
It went well. Well-ish. Now that I look at it, I look back at it. I'm not happy. I think we're never happy with our performances. We see it and we think what we could have done. But like I said, I hadn't fought in 10 years. 2014 was the last time I fought.
Oh shit.
So ring rust was definitely real. I was in there and like my body and my brain just weren't, like, they were just weren't in sync. Because I saw so many things, so many openings, but I didn't do it. And then now that I see the fight, I should have done this, I should have done that. But, the ring rust, it got me. But it was supposed to be a one and done type fight. But I fell in love with it all over again, so I'm fighting again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna fight?
This time I've been in Albuquerque. So
Nice.
yeah, if to Colorado, there was over 50 people that went. People flew, drove, like it was far. So I just imagined it.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, so 50 people just from El Paso.
From my gym.
Oh, so you have a pretty big following, loyal.
Yeah, loyal. Yeah, because they drove like 8 hours, and like some people flew in and it.
Well, that's amazing. I'm really glad you did good. I mean, you seem to be a very positive influence on the El Paso culture, and you have some really crazy clients.
Yeah.
Like, because you make, like, because you told me, like, the stories, like, how, like, basically, like, all your guys are hurt.
Yeah, so, I mean, just every fighter in general, like, I mean, we train so hard that you're never going to go into a fight, like, 100%. Like, you're lucky if you go in, like, 70%. Like, with me, with my wrist, like, fractured it. Well, I think I fractured, like, 2 weeks before. My shoulder, like, I'm hurt everywhere. Like, all of us, we're all hurt going into.
So what are like the typical injuries that people go into fights with?
Boxer's fracture is one of them. So like your knuckle, wrist also from punching. Maybe in jiu-jitsu, someone cranked to submission too hard, and you go with like a sore arm or something. Just injuries are inevitable in our sport.
And I've kind of heard like some couple of stories. Like a lot of these fighters are like they take a lot of pain medication. Is that like a common thing? Like
not that I know of. Maybe not, or maybe they just haven't told me. But I mean, I didn't really take anything.
Yeah. Well, I figured you're just a tough guy because you're just like, you're a tough dude. I don't think I can do half the things. Well, I don't think I could probably last an hour in your shoes a day, and then I'd probably pass out and die.
Yeah, no, it's just nonstop cardio. And then like when I'm not training, I'm training people. So I'm holding mitts for them for like 7 hours a day.
And then what happened the other day? Like you told me like you were holding mitts and you forgot to wrap, and then you got hurt?
Yeah, so I mean my wrist was already hurt, and I kept telling myself that I need to wrap it before I do mitts, because people like they go hard on the mitts and like my joints are all messed up. Like they'll hit and my arm goes, my shoulder. I forgot to wrap and I messed it up more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it because the drug testing? Because you got drug tested, right?
Yeah.
So is that you think that makes people not take drugs?
Yeah, they do, and it's random drug testing. So sometimes you can get away with it. It's just they'll pick 2 people, 4 people out of the event. Like, hey, go pee in a cup.
But how many people are there?
This event was 10 fights, but there's usually about 15 fights. So yeah, it's random. They just pick,
30 people, 2 people will get drug tested.
Yeah, 2 or 4 people get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's actually, it's a little higher chance than.
Yeah, but I mean, here at the local level, like you're not gonna get tested for like PEDs. I don't think so, because it's expensive. I think it's more for like
I would think that most of these fighters are taking like painkillers, because I've heard that on like I know a couple fighters, and that's what they take like some like hardcore like pain medication, and then it's like almost like they have to take it year round, and they're just surviving on pain meds. And I think that's it's just such a tough sport. Like you told me, and I was like, you guys you're nuts. Like that's probably the best way to say it. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, I always have this conversation with people. Not a conversation, but I always tell people like nobody on those mats is right in the head. Like none of us. Like we love to get hit. We love to fight. We love. Yeah, it's a tough sport. But getting your hand raised just makes it all worth it.
Yeah, and you have that calm little. You're very calm. Like it's hard to see that you're a fighter. I know you can beat my ass because I've seen you, and but like, you're very calm. Yeah. So like
I think that's what martial arts does to all of us, because I think all of us can relate to. Before martial arts, we were fucked. I was a bad kid. Got kicked out of high school. I could say for most of us, like this shit saved.
Okay, so that getting into fighting was the turning point in your life.
Yeah, it was like it's the discipline that comes with it. Like it calmed me down a lot. Like I will never fight like outside. Like if I'm at a bar, I'm not gonna. Like before, yeah, but now there's no way. I don't know. It's not in me. And like most of my students, they will never.
That's really cool, because I think like, do you have like some students that barely get into it and then they go get in fights because they want to show what they used?
Thankfully, I don't, because I don't really allow that shit.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, no.
Like, how do you not allow that shit?
I'll get on them if I find out they're fighting or something. Like, I mean, you can do whatever you want with your life, right? But I will tell you, like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Especially because like if you're out there like saying the gym name, or it falls on me. I'm the gym. Gives a bad name, a bad rep out.
I you know what, we had this conversation, and I'm like how dedicated you are to this gym. Like you don't go on vacation, right?
Well, I mean, I used to go pretty often, but I would look at the cameras and nobody was there.
Mm.
So it's one of those things where it's like, that's my baby. Dedicated the last, I don't know how many years of my life, making this G and grow. And, thankfully it is, but yeah, my dedication is 100% to my gym.
That's cool. Like, do you have any goals for the future?
I do. I want to, move to a much bigger place. Like, we already have a pretty big spot, but I want a just bigger place. Yeah, I would love to open like a second one or something. But again, like if I'm not there, people don't go. So
yeah, I think your energy and your passion has been so influential to these people that like, like your support system. Like I was like looking at like your Instagram is like posting, and everyone just reposting your fight. Yeah. Was really like inspirational. Yeah. Like that, how much people like believe in you, and I think like that in turn is like they train harder because of you. Yeah. And I think that's what makes your gym so successful is your heart. And I think a lot of these these owners of gyms, they don't have that heart. They're just in it for the money. Yeah. And I think with you actually live it, and you're willing to put yourself through all this torture because like saying like I won't even go on vacation is like, I mean, that's the amazing dedication.
And I think like those coaches, they had it at some point, but like you lose it. So that's why I'm always training. Like I always, whatever we do, like we all do it together. Like if you die, we all die. Like because I just love to work out anyways. So I love to train. So I mean, there's coaches who just sit there and coach, and I don't know way I could run his class. Like it's easy to put me through something when you're sitting there. Like I get it, you're the coach, but it's like it pushes them when they see you and they're with them. So I just.
So what are like some red flags that would be a bad coach in this kind of field?
I don't know, man. And you don't always have to be like a really good fighter to be a good coach, because some people are just way better coaches than they are fighters. But I don't know. To be honest, I haven't really dealt with like bad coaches, thankfully.
So like it's just like a very good community, like every like positive. Yeah. I noticed like a lot of I've been seeing these trends where like different fighters go to different gyms and like you kind of gym hop, but it's a very sociably acceptable thing. Yeah. Like for like bodybuilders, it's like, oh no, you went to that gym. It's like you're like blacklisted. You're like, you were at that gym, and it's like you're dead to us. And then like with you guys, it's like, oh, I went to this gym. It's like, cool. Like, what'd you learn?
Yeah, no, it's cool. Like I tell my students to go to other gyms. Like I'm not an expert. Like you can learn from anybody. So we do cross train a lot with 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. We have a lot of our students that go to, myself included. I was doing my jiu-jitsu over there. And at Zen Martial Arts over there with Mondo. He was my coach. So yeah, those are like the two gyms that we really like cross. Oh, and City Wolves.
So I guess there's not really any like everyone's just like brothers. Like it seems like
I mean there's certain gyms that don't really cross train with people. I mean it's cool, it's whatever, But I invite everybody. Like I have no ego in that sense. Like I invite everybody to come train with us. Like I just want to help people. So yeah, I'm not about stealing members or anything. Like I just tell them like come train, come spar, come do whatever. Use the gym, it's here. Use the team, use the cage, whatever you want. Like I try to help.
No, I mean when I went to your gym the other day, I was like I liked it. Like the atmosphere, it was so like relaxing. Yeah. But like I could tell it was like a serious gym. Like I was like, okay, better not do anything. Like, but it kind of put me in that mood. Like I want to train. Yeah. Like I want to take it serious.
Yeah, I mean it's the vibe that we have. I think that's another reason why we have such a big team, because even after class, like we'll sit there for like an hour and just so I mean it's just the atmosphere. That's just everyone's real close.
Nice. So in prepping for this fight, what did you do?
I did a lot of wrestling, which I didn't wrestle at all in the fight. Okay. But I did a lot of wrestling and I was working my jiu-jitsu a lot. So I was starting like I haven't had a coach in years. Mm-hmm. So one of our students, he took over as MMA coach, Jacobo. He's also a professional fighter. So he's the one that was training me. And like I said, I was doing a lot of wrestling. This is probably the hardest I've ever trained. Mm-hmm. So I felt good going in there. I do my own strength and conditioning. So that was my big work, because I was gonna fight up in Colorado on the elevations. Mm-hmm. Here, I believe the elevation's like and over there's 6,400. So that's what I was scared of. But my cardio was like between rounds, I felt like it was an hour. Like shit, man, it's taking forever. So yeah, I just did a lot of cardio, wrestling. My striking is always there. Like I always train. So it was just adding that jiu-jitsu. I was going at 10th Planet, and then a lot of wrestling. Like I said, it's done because I didn't even wrestle.
Well, I mean, it's so hard to say like what someone's gonna do, because I guess the fighter researched you, and then you research the fighter, and then, and in a way that they change their style because they already know their style, and it's just
Well, what sucks is because the week of the fight, the fighter pulled out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and someone else jumped in.
Oh.
So I didn't even ask who it was. I just said yes. So I had no idea what his style was. He could have been like a wrestler. He could have been whatever.
My gosh.
I just said yes because there's no way I was gonna pull out a fight. Even with my injuries, I wasn't gonna pull out a fight. Like I had to fight. So yeah, I mean.
So you prepped for the other fighter.
Yeah.
And that other fighter backed out.
Yeah.
So it was like you're going in blind, but maybe that other fighter that you fought, that you won, you probably already knew all your stuff, huh?
Well, maybe, but it was cool because he ended up being the same style.
Oh.
So he was a striker as well. So it worked out perfect. But I didn't know he could have been a wrestler. I'm not a great wrestler, so I could have lost. But yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, man, it's good to.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell anybody because I was already up there.
I know.
Yeah.
So you went up there a week before, so
before.
you can kind of get your lungs used to the air and all that stuff, and then you still were training like how long during that week?
I wasn't training too much because it was just the weight cut week. So I would do like 1 or 2 mid sessions a day, a little bit of cardio, rest the body. Like I said, it was just a weight cut mostly.
So like 2 mids. How long does that all last?
We were doing 6 or 5-minute rounds with 30 seconds.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that was pretty intense. Not like chilling.
Yeah, it wasn't chilling. It was like we're still pushing it out there because the whole point of going early was to acclimate, and so we had to push the mid sessions pretty hard.
Yeah, dang. How much weight did you lose for this fight?
So I was scheduled to fight at 155, and I started when I got the fight, I was 180. So that was, it was easy. I cut down to like one. I showed up the week of the fight. That Monday when I weighed myself, I was 171, and then I didn't really start cutting until Wednesday. And then Wednesday, I think I was like 163, and then Thursday I did a 10-pound cut that day, so I was 154, and then Friday the day of the weigh, and I only cut so total was like 20 pounds that week.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's not. I could have gone more. I could have gone to 145 because I wasn't feeling it yet. Like I was still walking normal. I was still talking. I was still eating.
Jeez, your metabolism's well. I don't know how you lost so much weight. I struggle. My biggest weight cut was 17 pounds.
Yeah.
And I thought I was gonna die.
No, and shout out to Pacheco. He's like our weight cut guy. He's amazing at that. He knows how to do like water loading, what to do. So I just listen to him.
Okay, cool. Now I know someone to talk to because I have trouble with weight cutting, and
he's amazing at it. It's like he has it down to a science.
Okay, so that makes a huge difference in competing, right? Like the weight cut.
Yeah, because if you have a bad weight cut, if you don't know how to cut weight, and you go in there and just do stupid shit like in the sauna or whatever, you're gonna be super weak, super depleted for the fight, and you get 24 hours to rehydrate, but sometimes that's not enough. Depends on how you cut the weight. So I was good.
So what was you? Oh man, that's kind of nuts. What are bad things to do in a water cut?
Cutting out like completely all salts.
Okay.
Because you can start cramping. So it's with distilled water. Yeah. So we just some people stop eating. Like you still need to eat. You have to be mindful. Because you can't go like 5 days of not eating just to make the weight done. Or some people something really stupid is that you leave your entire weight cut for like a day before. Because then now you're having to cut like those 20-25 pounds like that one day.
So people have done that?
Yeah, it's because people don't know how to cut weight.
But you can literally lose 20 pounds in one day.
Oh yeah. It can suck, but yeah, you can.
But do they do well?
No, some do, but it's just like I said, like you don't have enough time to rehydrate. You're so depleted that you're weak.
So what did you do after that cut to get you back to normal functioning?
I must have been like 175 when I. Okay. So I already had like in mind. I had like my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I had like 3 of those. I had a gallon, and then I put electrolytes, potassium, sodium, just to replace all the salt that I had peed out because of the water loading. So it was just that, eating, and then from there we went to go eat again. Yeah. Oh, you have to know what to eat after a weight cut too. You can't go like eat pizza. The cheese is gonna.
So what did you eat?
Like I said, I had 3 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, like sourdough, like really big sourdough bread. And then that town that we were, it was a weird town, man. It closed like at 9. Everything closed at 9.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So all that was open was Denny's. So we went to which was perfect because I just had pancakes.
Yeah, a lot of bodybuilders do the pancakes. I think pancakes are such like a lot of calories in such a small thing. And I guess And yeah, that's pretty cool. Like a lot of it, like it's a great way to get weight and the sugar, and it just tastes delicious. And that sounds like a pretty good meal.
Yeah, it was good. And then the morning of, I did another training session, a little shakeout. We always do one. We always do like a few pad rounds, and then like maybe some jiu-jitsu, some grappling, and I'm going to go eat again. Yeah, same thing.
Oh my gosh.
More pancakes.
So how are you gonna prep for this next fight?
I'm not gonna change much, honestly. I feel like I was doing really good with what we had going on. My jiu-jitsu in the mornings. I'm gonna keep wrestling a lot, striking. My cardio, I've been doing good with it, so not much is gonna change. But once I find out who I'm fighting, then we can kind of prep to like, oh, he's a grappler. He's probably gonna try to take it to the ground, so we'll work a lot of jiu-jitsu, a lot of wrestling, or just strike. I mean, it's a fight; anything can happen. But based off who you're fighting, you kind of train for that.
What kind of supplements do you recommend for you and your fighters?
Electrolytes.
Electrolytes,
yeah, because we're so dehydrated. We cramp up all the time. Like and then the summer's coming up, and I don't believe in air conditioners at the gym, so we sweat like crazy. So electrolyte, creatine also, but electrolytes. That's the big one.
And then what do you and your fighters do to like maintain your bodies? Because I'm like sore thinking of your workout.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we just work around it. We work around our injuries, work around being sore. Like, so with weights, I don't do anything that's gonna hinder my training. So it's not like I have a typical like bodybuilding type leg day that I'm sore and I can't even kick the next day or I can't wrestle. So, I think it's how you train as well, so that you're not sore.
Okay, so it's just because I know, I mean, I can see how that is, and like, they don't. I know a lot of your fighters, they go to EP Kun and they get the cold plunge and all that stuff.
Yeah. So that helps a lot too.
That does.
I mean, I don't like them, but yeah, they're good.
I don't think anyone likes those cold plunges, but like they're really good. I noticed a difference, more flexible. Like I used to have a lot of leg problems, and getting in the cold plunge just made a huge difference. And like I wasn't as sore, and I slept a lot better. So
yeah, and I think that's something too that people weren't recovering properly, and like. Now I tell them, like, you have to recover, like, as hard as you train. Like, you have to be good for the next training session, next day. So doing all that stuff helps out.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you train 7 days a week, like, I don't even know how and then you have a full-time job.
Yes.
And so, like, a normal training schedule for you guys, I guess, like, a slow week would be, like, 30 hours?
Probably, something like that. Yeah. Like I said, like, out of our gym, people still go to other gyms. They still,
Yeah, I know. Like I have a couple of your fighters, and I'm like, do they sleep?
No, honestly, I don't think much. Like I think honestly, I sleep like 5 hours a day at night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if I sleep more than that, I feel like I wake up hungover or something. But I do nap throughout the day, so it helps me out. But like, yeah, because I get out of training like at 10:30 or 10. I clean up and everything. I go home, and then by the time like I take the dogs out, cook, shower, whatever. It's like 1, and then I have to wake up like at 4 or something. So we don't sleep.
Damn, man. That's nuts. And then basically, you told me your diet and you were losing weight, and I was like, your diet is so weird because you're eating the peanut butter and jelly sandwich in a cut.
Yeah, I eat whatever I want.
And you're cutting still though, right?
Yeah, I was I had like six sandwiches a day.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right?
It's peanut butter, jelly, honey, and bananas.
And then you're still losing weight, which is amazing because most people are like, oh, we cut the carbs out. And like me, when I'm trying to cut, I'm like, no carbs. I can't even look at carbs, and I'm just gonna be sad. And then you're losing weight eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which would have been a treat for me.
Yeah.
And so and you're having 6 of them.
Well, I think it's because our output is so high.
Yeah, I think it's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really I have the watch, but I don't count the calories. But I mean, we have to burn over 3,000 a day.
So, okay, that's a really good question. So, your fighters, you don't have them on any special diet, huh?
No, just when it's getting close to the weight cut, then we'll taper down a little bit. But you need the energy, you need the carbs. Like, there's no way I'm gonna cut out carbs of my diet, on my diet, because I'm not gonna have energy to train. So yeah.
So you had because I remember I saw you had a full on 6-pack, and I was like, man, you have a nice 6-pack, and when you told me you're eating the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, you made me feel bad because I was like, man. In order to get a 6-pack, I got to cut out the carbs, and I got to manipulate it, and then I got to take my carbs in, and then it's like, and then you still had a better 6-pack, and I was like, man, if this guy went into bodybuilding, he could be a very dangerous dude. So, but, well, you know what? Is there anything you want to say to your guests, any advice for fighters and all that stuff, or even for health?
No, just come check us out, man. If you ever thought about getting into martial arts, into this industry, whatever. We have a lot of really good programs, a lot of really good coaches.
What is the age groups that are
Honestly, it's all ages. I don't have like a set kids class, but they're welcome to join us.
What's the youngest member?
Youngest member, probably my nephew. He's like 11.
What's your oldest member?
Probably like 50.
50. And he does the same stuff you do.
Yeah, maybe not to that extent, but he's
still working out 20 hours a day.
Sparring, still there training. I see him at the gym when I go like lift weights and stuff. He'll be there.
So like a normal week for him is like 20 hours.
Yeah, probably plus his job. See, I have I don't have a job. I just run the gym, so I have that flexibility. But like when I see people there, so I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool. After their job, they came over here, or before work, they go work out.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was such an interesting talk. I learned so much about like fighting. I'm so glad. I always learn something when I talk to you, and you always make me feel bad that I should be doing more with my life because I love to sleep and I like sleep like 8 to 10 hours, and I still feel I need more. But thank you guys for listening. This is James Laid Out, and hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.